Coach, what'd you like about your team's performance today?
Well, I thought, it's kind of a breakout game for us from three. I thought we did it, obviously making 11 of 23. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get to the foul line more. We need to put more pressure on the defense from a dribble drive standpoint. But, Boise State's well coached. They got a lot of guys that are returners, so they're a tough team to play. Before we got on the plane to come here, we talked about how many close games there are usually over here, and another close one today.
All right, any questions for Rodney or Terrance?
Terrance, you played a lot more minutes today. How did you feel out there?
I don't think I got tired, but I definitely sweated a lot. That's probably like the only big difference. But it just felt good being out there. Coach trusted me all throughout these games, and he's going to win the game. And this time he just had me out on the court, and we got the win.
Please raise your hand and grab the microphone if you can.
For both players, could you guys talk about what you know about the Maui Invitational before coming here? Did you watch it as kids or growing up, and what's the experience been here like so far?
I've definitely years prior I've definitely seen it on TV, YouTube TV, whatever it may be. The competitiveness, I always noticed that, and just to be in it, it's real. Close games every game, so you gotta bring it.
I know for me, it's definitely a dream, just watching it growing up, seeing the performances like Ant Edwards and all those type things, you see it on TV a lot. And, it felt good playing in it. It's a dream come true, and we just focus and we try and win this next game.
For both players, Boise was obviously a physical team. They early on were pounding the paint. Y'all seemed to make an adjustment with about 7 minutes left where y'all kind of picked it up. What did Coach say? What did y'all do defensively to start resisting a little bit?
Don't tell them what I said.
We got you. I mean, I know from a standpoint of prep, Coach made a big emphasis on physicality and rebounding. And I feel like we weren't doing that, in the early stages, even in the first half. But, I think we picked up a little bit in the second half, but we still got room to improve for sure. We could be more physical. We could box out more. We could pursue loose balls more. So we're just going to keep working on that.
Anything else? Yeah. We'll let you guys get back with your team. Any questions for Coach?
Coach, congratulations on the win. It seems like Terrance and also Jordan Marsh are much more part of the rotation, at least they were today. Can you speak to that?
Well, I thought Jordan came in and when he banged the 2 threes, it was situations that we needed, both of them. We felt like, T. Will was due to make a 3 or 2. And then I thought to start the game, a big focal point of our scouting report was Andrew Meadow. And I thought T. Will's physicality on Meadow, I'm going to say like the first 8 minutes of the game was phenomenal. And we just felt like, we needed a steady, solid, disciplined defender with experience against Meadow. And that's kind of the thought press coming into the game, because T. Will didn't start the last game. And then we put him back in the starting lineup and assigned him to Boise State's leading scorer.
Coach, what did you think of that offensive foul call with 6 seconds left? And I guess just as a two-parter, I mean, knowing Leon Rice the way you do, knowing that team, seeing them play today, what do you think of their prospects for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think Boise State's a really good team. I like the makeup of the team. Coach Rice is a great coach. I mean, we've competed against each other so much. But I like that, Buchanan can back people down, and he's physical, and in the Mountain West, he's a matchup problem because he can play out on the floor. And, Dylan Andrews was a great pickup for them, experienced player, starter at UCLA, and he's got good length and can put defensive pressure on the basketball. And then I thought their role guys, were better in person than maybe what we saw in film. I thought that, Keene, he plays so hard. His rebounding on the offensive glass hurt us. I thought Neto did a good job with pace of play. And then I thought Carmichael was one of their best players today. And so those guys coming off the bench, I thought Leon did a good job utilizing his bench.
You mentioned you guys hitting 11 threes. They went 5 of 25. What did you guys do defensively to not give them a ton of open looks?
Yeah, we came into the game and just felt like if we held them under 6 threes, there's no way that we were going to lose. But we held them to 5 and still almost lost. So defending the 3 was certainly the priority in the 2 games leading up, or the 2 days leading up to this game. So I thought we did a phenomenal job there. I thought we did a great job on Felder, just kind of walling him up and keeping him off the glass.
Coach, can you speak to the importance of the Maui Invitational on the college basketball landscape, especially after today's announcement about the Big 12 and Players Era announcement, $50 million? Does the Maui Invitational have a permanent spot in the college basketball landscape?
Well, this is the second time I've been here. Obviously, being at Arkansas a few years ago, I think this environment can prepare you for the NCAA tournament with the way that the field is set up, with the intimacy of the gym and loud and it's pressure filled. Got a great TV network that covers it. So from a national exposure, you don't have to go through 25 TV stations. We know what it's on, which makes it easy on my mom to know what TV station we're on. But no, I think that we love it. We got here and our guys got to experience a little bit of Maui, and then yesterday afternoon it was all about basketball, which is all it'll be about from here until we go back home. But just the experience. We had players that have never been in the ocean before, out surfing, and we've kind of approached this thing much like we do for an NCAA tournament, where we don't put our guys on lockdown. They're not in the hotel 24/7. We want them to experience stuff and have some looseness to them, and not be too uptight. So I think it's a great life experience for all of our players, and it's incredible for families. It's incredible for boosters and alumni that want to come and get a vacation over a holiday and see great basketball. So to me, I think it's awesome.
All right, one more question for Coach.
Coach, you've been here before, so that turnaround is important. What are some of the things you want to try to work on between today and tomorrow to try to get a little bit of improvement?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing in an environment like this, when the gym's hot, and so the amount of calories that you burn, being hydrated is super, super important. And then, as a coaching staff, you have to balance how much you prep with each game that goes by. Game 3, game 2, like we're not going to have the same prep because of the amount of time. And I'm just a big believer that like fresh mind, fresh body is more important than, me going up on a board and trying to diagram. It's important that the guys who played a lot of minutes tonight get off their legs, relax. We will prep, but it'll all be mental. There won't be any physical prep. We're not using a shoot around time. We're not walking through in the ballroom. It'll be through film study and paper scout.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.